We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for divine masculine, to see what is going on. Today we have Mercury in Capricorn, which is sextile, dreamy and romantic, Venus in Pisces. This is bringing a beautiful energy for your love life and for your relationships in general. This is all about long-term plans right now. So we have actually shifted out of Capricorn season and into Aquarius season. Don't be surprised if you're getting glimpses of the future right now. Capricorn season was all about kind of laying the foundation, getting your goals in alignment, and figuring out what you want. Now that we're in Aquarius season, this has a lot to do with the collective energies, being service of others, and helping the planet. It screams soul mission, to tell you the truth. But we're going to go ahead and start with the reading for the divine feminine to see what is going on. This is going to be a nice shift in energy. However, some of you guys, it might make you feel a little startled or untethered to be getting these glimpses into the future, because that requires change, and no one likes change. But just reminding you that these are positive changes that are unfolding, that are meant to take you one step closer to your goals and where you want to be in your life. So this is all about that forward-thinking Aquarius energy right now that we're in, and making that work for you. I'm going to start with a reading for the divine feminine like I always do, but recommending you do the one-on-one phone call sessions if you need a reading, as this is just a general reading. So only take what resonates for you. I recommend doing those sessions, as they'll help you with shifting your situation and just giving you a lot of clarity on your path moving forward and what you should be working on. I am an energy healer, so I have a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on my website, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. I'm always around on there if you need me. I also do twin flame coaching, which is going to help you through the process. Make sure that you're taking care of your energy right now, especially as we're getting ready to, or we already are in the new year, and we're kind of starting over with that clean slate. It's all about clean energy, hygiene, and alignment moving forward. You're actually hopefully becoming more aware of your interactions and what is recharging you and what is kind of draining you during this time. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, and also make sure that you're taking care of your energy. This is going to be so important as you're moving forward, especially as you're moving forward into your ascension. Doing energy healing practices can help you with obviously overall healing, raising your frequency, keeping you connected to the spiritual, and just overall kind of keeping your energy clear and where you need to be too. So we're going to start with the reading for the divine feminine collective. Divine masculine, if you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. There isn't a second of the day that you're not on my mind, and this is why sometimes, and people won't like this, separations might be needed. This is a space that can be challenging to navigate when you're apart from your twin flame, especially, obviously, you've probably met this person already, to be kind of aware of the connection, right? First, there's the soul recognition, and then sometimes you guys, I want to say, split or might even separate to work on yourselves. These are important spaces that you're in. I recommend, instead of the usual purging, pining, and spinning over your twin flame, making the best of your time and really using this space as it was intended for, or as it's always intended for, to be working on yourself. This could be if you're time spent apart from your twin flame, where you're by yourself, and this could be within the union. This could be if you're in a physical separation or actual separation, or just working towards your union. I think it's, regardless of your situation, very important that you're working on yourself and continuing to work on your energy so that you can be in your highest frequency. You're noticing a lot of mirroring between you and your twin flame, whether your situation, what's coming up for you, things they say, things they're doing, everything flips. It's something me and my twin flame were talking about this morning, that it's funny how everything kind of flips around, all back and forth, like all the time. This might be the infinity, right? But everything kind of flips. And this is why what you're doing, your actions, your thoughts, your words, are so important in the twin flame dynamic of, number one, what you're manifesting, what you're creating, but also to get a grip on that mirroring dynamic that happens between both of you. Sometimes they reflect back traits of yours, things you need to work on, things you need to see about yourself. It just kind of depends. They definitely mirror back your own energy all of the time and what kind of frequency you're on too. So when you're feeling good and you're lit up and you're in a really good alignment, that's going to be reflected back to you energetically. Not feeling so great, hitting those lows, they happen. We're human. Hitting those lows, right? Purge states. this doesn't feel very good, right? With the mirroring effect added in too, because you're already kind of navigating this. So I think it's very important for twin flames to make sure that each is in its highest alignment and doing the work energetically, because this is how you're going to come into a more harmonious energy balance. Sometimes we can fall out of alignment with ourselves, with our twin flame. This is where you're usually not getting along, you're having more issues, you might be having more negativities coming up. We need to start recognizing energy for what it is. Some of it has a positive charge, some of it negative, maybe not so much, right? We need to get really good at clearing negative energies. Negative energies can come from many different things. Negative challenges, circumstances in your life, stress, worry, whatever. But most of the time it's coming from within, negative emotions. And so we have to learn how to clear these things. You have a purge and you have a lot of negativity surface from within. You aren't taking care of your energy. You're kind of sitting in it. And that's exactly the energy that tends to repel your twin flame. When you learn how to take better care of your energy and, maintain healthier spiritual hygiene, you're going to become much more attractive and magnetic to your twin flame too. Sometimes if you get into a negative frequency or energy, we don't really notice, but maybe at times, right? Unconscious awareness. But when we are in that energy, oftentimes we tend to separate more with our twin flame, or, they don't want to be around us as much. Doesn't surprise me, right? Okay, so it's very important that you're taking better care of your energy, especially if you are trying to magnetize or attract your twin flame to you. You should be anyways. You should be doing this work anyway with Ascension. Twin flame gives you that little motivation though, right? That you need oftentimes. The universe has a funny way of giving you what you need to motivate you at any given time too. So use this twin flame situation or connection as motivation to really work on yourself, becoming a better version of yourself. I notice that happens anyways with twin flames, where you guys kind of dive deep into working on yourself and changing, fixing, and healing things. Things are not over between us. It just wasn't the right timing. Sometimes you weren't as ready as you thought. Everyone will say they're ready for union. There might be more work, or they say preparation to do. That work is always going to come down to working on yourselves. I know a lot of people that tend to fixate on the other side of things, or this is a reading for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, when in reality, what you need to do is turn inward and to really work on healing yourself and getting your glow up on. Like really becoming the best version of yourself, working on passionate projects, things you like to do, that job, activities that really, really fuel your fire and light you up, becoming that better version of yourself that people want to be around, that people are attracted to. Sometimes this is working on your mission, your soul purpose, or other areas of your life, right? And this will really, really help to bring a positive energy into your own life, but also into your love life. We have a lot of healing relationship patterns. Some of them you picked up along the way, collective programming, family line programming, things like that aren't exactly healthy. Your twin flame does trigger things to the surface so that you can see some of the patterns, whether this is karmic patterns in your life, relationship patterns, things you need to work on or work through, just whatever it is to become that better version of yourself. You may have had some of these things triggered through the connection so that you could see them and become aware of them and heal them. I always say to do those sessions on my site. I have so many twin flame healings. If you go into my twin flame healing section, or even just healings in general, that will really help you with this, with becoming more aware, and obviously to healing some of these areas. We will come together once fully healed. And this goes with my next message, not for everyone, but some of you guys haven't fully come together yet. You're kind of having, I call them reunions, and these little reunions where you're seeing your twin flame. And these are like points to see if you're both ready oftentimes when you're in those reunion energies. Some of you guys think you've been in union for a long time, but unless you're living together, I don't count it. You're like, what? Okay. Yeah, I know. You're dating, right? But you haven't fully done the whole thing, okay? So there's more to come. That's all I'm getting at for some of you guys. And 2025 will be a really good year for those twin flames that have been putting in the work and want to see some positive shifts and change in your life, especially in your love life with your twin flame situation. So we've been doing a lot of work lately on ourselves. Keep doing that work, and it's really gonna, I say, pay off energetically, especially this year for a lot of you guys. We're gonna see some beautiful changes coming collectively and individually coming spring and moving forward. And I'm really excited about this year and all that it has to offer. So it's very important that we are doing this work regardless. We call this the ascension work, but especially doing that work if you are a twin flame to come into this union fully, or I say more fully too. Some of you guys might be in that full union and just making it better, and the things that you will manifest are going to go higher too as you come together more and more and work together. You guys are going to notice that you're complementary pieces of the same whole. It's like the heads and the tails of the coin, or whatever, right? It's like a quarter. You're a quarter. You flip it around, right? But you're noticing that you're actually complementary pieces to the same part, a piece of the whole, and to the same bigger piece of it too. So when you come together and when you bring these pieces together, amazing things start to activate when you're together. You're going to notice it's like a little bit like peanut butter and jelly. I'm not really into eating jelly sandwiches every day. You kind of want that, if that's your jam, that peanut butter side, right? like you each got half the puzzle, and when you bring that together, you're going to be like, ooh, okay. And I know, right? So they might hold, like, if you're not very good at some things, they might hold those strength pieces for your weaknesses, or vice versa, right? You're going to notice stuff like that. Okay, this separation is because you started to treat me like a karmic partner. And this is huge because some of you guys have actual karmic attachments you haven't let go of that you need to really heal and work through. I think that I deal with a lot of people that have had to navigate twin flame separations. I feel this is a space for purging out your inner demons, traumas, and even attachments. And there's nothing like, right, we'll say, because this is reading for Divine Feminine, your Divine Masculine pushing those right buttons of abandonment, rejection, blowing you off, ghosting you, avoiding you, and ignoring you, and maybe silent treatmenting you and no contact because you weren't healed fully enough to show you how you weren't healed fully enough and how you might have been acting. Or usually it's just things you need to go sit with within yourself. Some people can handle that. Some people don't handle that very well. If you're one of those people that don't handle that very well, I would urge you to do a little bit of deeper healing work so that you're getting better in those spaces. So oftentimes, not intentionally, it could happen on both sides, and usually does, depending on the process and, you know, the lessons that need to be learned. Your twin flame is going to really show you areas that you may need to heal or work on a little bit more first off. Sometimes I see that. Sometimes it could be through, I see a lot of very common things they've said to you, things they've pointed out, or just things that they have triggered within you. All about working on yourself right now. Okay, so we have crown chakra upgrade. Divine connection, holy experience, and miraculous energy. Make sure that you're doing some type of chakra work. This will really, really help you. And this goes with even the next chakra up. We have the soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts and remembering who you are. So we have to really make sure that our chakras are, first off, they come very gunked up, like your literal factory default setting that you got from your parents, right? Yeah, it's like an iPhone that needs upgraded. That's what ascension is. It helps us to clear out things, heal things, and by tapping into these energies to open up and activate things, bringing things online. These are like a two-piece chakra. So we have the crown, and then of course we have the soul star. The earth star is the one below your feet, but we're dealing with the soul star, which is right above the crown, okay? So when you fully open up your crown chakra, this is actually the foundation for your upper chakras. We're going to start with crown, okay? So this actually opens up the outer chakras. There's many outside the body, but we're talking about the column of them right above your head. So when you open up your crown chakra, obviously this aids you with enlightenment and reaching that state of enlightenment, but also with opening your soul star activation. Oftentimes this is where your soul contracts are held too, so you're able to bring this online and make you more aware of these contracts. We're actually dealing with soul contracts right now within these energies and kind of relationship soul contracts. You may have had some of you guys need to clear out some contracts still that you're holding on to. So for me, I was reminding myself that 2024 I had to clear a lot of energy away from me. We can look at these as contracts, as every connection comes with a contract and lessons you need to learn. I was reminding myself that I'm starting out this year without some of the people from last year, but a lot of these weren't good situations for me or anyways, right? Okay, so you are being urged to clear out connections where you've learned the lesson and they're not good for you in some type of way, okay? It might be draining on your energy or whatever it is, right? Your life force being guided to release situations that are no longer serving you. Now, some of the connections that we've had, we might even deem as karmic connections, but I mean the romantic kind. Some of you guys still have karmic attachments to the connections around you. We see this very common with twin flame. One of the reasons I see people staying in unhealthy situations is usually sometimes you guys are kind of got intertwined in some type of way, right? And meshed in some type of way. This could be through marriage, children, property, ways that you kind of haven't fully untangled yourself yet. And sometimes it's just because people don't want to walk away and lose things or start over, many different reasons. So this has a lot to do with the karmic contracts in our life. And when we don't close out a connection, it remains corded to us and even attached to us and into our energy field. So sometimes people are able to draw energy or feed on our energy. And we probably don't want that if these are connections that can make us sick or not feel well, or they're not good for us in some way. And when we have these karmic attachments or negative cording, this can affect things like our other relationships, especially twin flame, because I always say twin flame union most easily gets thrown off from outside interference or karmic cords and connections. We know that it gets in the way. There's nothing that will trigger twin flame like having karmics attached to you still, either side, right? Like if one person has those kind of situations, it'll really trigger the other or feed on the other person's energy. Maybe you're used to it, it doesn't bother you, but it will the other flame for sure, usually anyways. So we're being guided to really do a good karmic clearing during this time to declutter things and to also do a good review of some of our soul contracts, because some of them are probably better served to leave them in the past. But this is where it can take a lot of time, love, care, and work and healing on ourselves to heal some of the things that may have attracted us to some of these dynamics that we know weren't great for us in some type of way. And so this is like all about soul contracts and waking up to your full potential, but also fully doing that healing work to declutter and clear out your life and to really heal yourself too. Okay, so then once again, we have Akashic Records, clearing old stories and releasing past lives. Some of the stories that you've been playing out with your twin flame, if you really take a deeper look at your situation, they might even be a repeat from the same story you've been telling over and over your whole love life, right? Like new person, new story, same story, right? I see a lot of that. Maybe it's not the whole story. Maybe it's just certain patterns that are coming up again and again. This is a twin flame reading, so I am talking about situations that are coming in with the twin flame. I think a lot of our karmic situations actually mirror the past lifetime. We'll say a past lifetime where we had a lot of wounding too. And so if you're in a situation or a narrative in your love life and you keep repeating with your twin flame, this can go back to past lifetimes. This is why I do recommend healing yourself. Once you've healed fully in this lifetime, from this lifetime of things karmically and other things you're holding, generally you're guided to then open the wormhole to your past lives and to do a little bit of healing there. It just kind of depends too. Third eye activation. This is your inner vision and clear seeing. I love Aquarius season. My South Node is in Aquarius, and I feel it's very connected also to some of my family line stuff too. I was telling myself this morning, I do believe one of my parents and their parent was a Aquarius sign, and my South Node is in Aquarius, right? And I seem to be connected with that side of the family or family line and things like that. Now, when we learn Aquarius lessons, it's all about being service of other people, but we want to make sure that we're also not overpouring to the point of depletion or even self-sacrifice and things like that. So we want to have a good balance of being of service, but also taking care of and restoring our own energy. But also this is a really good sign to connect with the third eye energy and to tap into the future and even your future timelines and where you're headed right now. So Capricorn season was like, get a plan. And Aquarius season is like what you need to do to make that happen. I am presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within. So some of you guys are being guided to really work on obviously your physical body and taking care of yourself, but your light body too. Okay, we have the Phoenix. Some of you guys are trying to rise up out of the ashes, and that's what it's like for winter anyways. Like we see that, right? It's like our perfect winter card. But also this is going to be a memorable Aquarius season because on the 21st, we have a really powerful alignment with Pluto. Pluto is all about destruction, but also creation, tearing down the old. It's literally lighting a fire to your old life so that you can rise into the new. And so this is very symbolic of letting go of the 3D so that we can ascend or shift into the 5D. Those that haven't done the work are having a really hard time with the transition. Those of you guys that are well anchored into the 5D are probably having an easier time with this transition that we're all going through, because it needs to be done on an individual level. The collective isn't going to do the work for you, but we are seeing collective changes as more and more people are doing that individual work that we need to ascend to. So ascension is a personal journey and one that is done within yourself. You're being guided to really work on activating your light body. I saw some people weren't feeling very great. If that's you, ascension symptoms, not feeling well, get at my healing site. I have lots of healings for overall healing and also activating and healing your light body. This will help you a lot with shifting into the light body and handling some of the ascension energies a lot better too. So our health and things like that will show us how we're handling these shifts and collective energy changes and how we're doing, I always say. All right, time. Once again, we have that divine timing message. Some of you guys are being guided to do the work to fully shift into this union. There might have been some type of holdup or divine timing issue. I love Saturn is like, okay, so Saturn is ruler over Capricorn, but it's also has a lot to do with time and divine timing in our life, how things will play out and how our lessons go. There might be some type of, you guys are waiting on something to happen. It hasn't been fully timed yet, or you're working towards that full union. Make sure you're connecting with your spirit guides right now. They're going to be the best help, whether helping you navigate the day-to-day experience, what to be doing, what to be working on, but especially within this twin flame union. I think it's the most important thing that we can be doing. We talked about that mirror. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of you guys are like pointing the finger at your twin flame, not seeing their side of things. That can indicate needing to awaken and open your third eye. So this Pisces energy is amazing for seeing other people's perspective. This is why your twin flame is to help you. So you'll think you're, great and healed, but then you get matched up to learn with your twin flame, and they're going to mirror back things that you need to work on, which can be very intense, because some of these things we don't like to acknowledge, accept, or face within ourselves. These are all the areas that you need more love and attention and healing, but sometimes it can be an intense process too with whatever's being shown to you. Life is like that anyway, so your twin flame is always kind of doing you a favor and helping you through this process. Make sure you're doing some type of meditation work. It's going to make you feel so much better, especially if you're picking up a lot of negative energy or things like that. It can really, really help you with this. I'm always needing to meditate more, clear my energy, and take care of myself. That's just me around here anyways, right? Make sure you're doing some type of meditation practice. This will really, really help you with your energy and just chilling out or zenning out. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups, letting go of regret, focusing on the positive and being motivated. This is like making things happen. What do you need to do in your life to get things moving? And I always say, if you just sit still and you're not doing much, not much changes. It's like you got to get into that go-getter energy, making things happen. We set all energy into motion with our thoughts, what we're focusing on and what we're thinking about. Time to really put that work in to get things moving in your life. We have my Two of Cups. It's my favorite. It is literally union card. It's relationship energy coming into this union. Beautiful union energy upon the planet as we're waking up and remembering. A lot of you guys are finding your twin flame during your ascension process, and the reason why, because the frequencies are going really high. Lower frequency energies lead to more karma and karmic work and things like that. But as you're doing the work to clear your karma, a lot of you guys are finding your twin flame, and you're being guided to either work on the union you're already in or work towards that union, putting in that work to make this a beautiful, lasting union. So we have a lot of Capricorn energy with Mercury in Capricorn today, and this is all about long-term commitment. King of Wands in reverse. This is, some of you guys are lacking energy. You're like taking a back seat to your goals. You're not wanting to get outside of your comfort zone, and you're not wanting to change some things in your life. We know that. The universe is like, these changes are here to help you in a really, really good way too. So just remember that on the twin flame journey, even if it's new to you and things like that, it's supposed to really, really help you. Time to get outside of your comfort zone. Like I said this morning in a lot of my posts, no one really likes those changes, but they're much needed. You're only being guided to make changes that you really need. And this is change within yourself kind of energy too, to like work on yourself energy. Those that are doing the work, union. Those not doing the work, they just stay. Usually I see the same spot, and I'm always feeling bad for the ones not, I say, opening the book or diving into that. So Capricorn season is a little bit like you got a mountain to climb. I know we're out of that, but that's what it was showing you. And it was like, here is your, now that we're in Aquarius season, here are the directions you need to take to that future you wanted. So we mapped out where you're going, the mountain ascension, right? You got a mountain to climb. And it's like, okay, Aquarius season, here's your little guidebook of what you need to do to make that happen. And that's how it is on the twin flame journey too. And I always feel bad for the ones not getting help if they just stay sitting in the same situation if you don't know how to shift out of it. Now, I want to remind you, not everyone knows how to work with energy. Not everyone is a healer. Not everyone knows how to shift energy. So don't be afraid to reach out and get help with your situation. You're going to need a good healer to help you with your ascension in general, but also with your twin flame journey too. So make sure you're getting help with it too. That's really going to help you with your overall situation. So we're going to do Divine Masculine cards, Divine Masculine Collective, Divine Feminine. If you're watching, direct messages from your masculine, masculine to feminine. Our story is not even close to being finished. So we've gone into an intermission with after I say the holidays, Xmas, right? After Xmas, and we're kind of getting moving again. I like that because the things are kind of at a lag. If you guys were feeling that, new chapter vibes, next chapter, hell, next movie. Like if you were like the first part was like movie 1, there's a sequel coming, right? Your doubt, fear, and worry is blocking union. I'm seeing a lot of divine masculines not feeling good enough, not feeling ready enough, and working on themselves in some type of way. Make sure you're clearing any fear. This is sometimes our biggest blocks in life and even our manifesting. It can keep us stuck in those fear-based thoughts, narratives, or even illusions. Have faith in the universe. This is bigger than both of us at the moment. So every level of your life, you should be doing things you think you can't do. Keyword that you think you can't do, because these are big areas that you might have been stuck, blocked, or limited in. That's what this is all about, clearing those areas and one level at a time, going higher and going after these accomplishments that you may have thought formerly were impossible from the level you were at. Because you're going bigger and bigger as you're clearing blocks and able to accomplish some of these goals and things that you want in your life. Doorways. I love this. You might feel like you're in between dimensions right now, because you are. I see a lot of people in, I say limbo, kind of in between. I say like your old life is over. You're no longer resonating with it. You're not wanting to do a bunch of stuff, but you're not fully in the new yet as you're in this space of healing and working through. You're going to be celebrating something really soon. This could be your union coming together, or even just celebrating with your twin flame and doing amazing, beautiful, romantic things with them. We have the Tree of Life, and I always love to think of this as life force. You're being guided to take care of your life force right now and do things to recharge your life force. I see a lot of things. Some of you guys have bad habits that zap your life force and are really bad for your energy and lead to attachments, negativities, and things like that. Make sure you're clearing your energy and staying away from things that aren't great for your life force. Recharge your life force. Energy healing is the best way to do that. Sometimes we get run down, not feeling well, indicating low life force. When you're really, really recharged and feeling good, this will help you. All right, pay attention to the seeds that you're planting right now. This could be your thoughts you're putting out there. This could be little manifestations that you're tending to and working on. You're a powerful manifester. Make sure you're staying focused on what it is that you're manifesting right now. Okay, I love this message because it's like spirit signs. Pay attention to the spirit signs and messages that you're getting right now. I was telling my twin flame, like someone said something to this morning. I said, it's like a little breadcrumb trail around here. Like literally you'll get a little message of what to be working on next, what to be doing. Someone will say something to you, and it's like full of little breadcrumbs. You get a little breadcrumb. Synchronicity, signs, someone speaking through the universe, telling you what to do next. Instructions, where to go, like what to be doing. It's literally a little like treasure hunt. Like those little kids, like I forget, but you have these treasure hunts, right? And you're looking for a treasure. It's literally like that. You get another clue, right? Synchronicities, signs, these are like messages, but they're also greater clues and can, you know, then you get a little clue and message of where to go next. It's like that. Okay, we have the central sun. Abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. Make sure that you're working on your energy right now. That is the masculine energy, the life force, the sun. You guys need that energy. You're supposed to be helping to recharge your divine feminine, right? Oh my God. Okay, so we have the negative is like draining. I was saying that negative polarity, service of self, and draining. These are the takers, the people who take too much, right? But it's also, usually people don't like that after a while. They suss you out and get rid of you. But then positive is like givers, right? These are the energy givers. And so if you're a very giving soul, you need to also protect your energy and make sure you're not over giving, right? And then if you're in the negative, you need to flip that polarity by being of service. And oftentimes life is a funny way of doing that for you guys, right? Through your lessons, it just kind of depends. So it's very important that you're taking care of your energy, because sometimes negatively, masculine can have a bad habit, the negatives, taking too much from the divine feminine, draining divine feminine, looking to the divine feminine for that life force that you should be generating and cultivating within yourself. So divine masculine is during this time learning how to shift into this awakened masculine, we'll say archetype. Okay, and from that space, you're learning how to take care of and be responsible for your own energy. This is why sometimes the separations are needed for both, so you can get in your own vibe, learn how to recharge, regulate yourself, and kind of where to go for that energy. All about both sides needing to learn to connect with source for that energy, or it creates codependent dynamics where you make your twin flame the source, right? And it's draining for anyone, right? That's codependency, to look to this other person to solve your problems, give you energy, or be your source in any way. We're being guided each to connect to source or reconnect to source as much as we can, because this is going to be like energy giving energy. We draw on the source for anything that we need, whether that's life force, energy, abundance, our needs being met, right? And to go straight to source instead of looking to other people. Divine masculine, you're learning how to really take care of and recharge your energy, whether this is getting out in nature, connecting with the sun, meditation, doing things that really recharge you, resting, self-care, energy healing work, things like that. Okay, we have the Merkaba activation. Once again, light body, ascension, you're rising. And so as we continue to raise up our frequency, we're able to tap into more and more of the spiritual realms or spiritual dimensions too, whether this is getting messages or guidance or just living there, literally like walking into the spiritual as we raise up our frequency enough. Angelic frequency, your angels are here, you're safe, and potential potent connection. You're being guided to work with your angels more in the everyday. Sometimes people can bring us angel messages. We might see reoccurring angel numbers or patterns, signs, or synchronicities. We have the Hall of Amati, initiation. Secrets are being revealed, treasures uncovered, and initiation. So as we move through life, you're either passing your tests. Sometimes they're not as obvious as you think. You're being tested in certain situations. I feel with Twin Flame, you go through a series of tests to make sure that you're ready. It's all about spiritual purity to pass through. Each will have individual kind of things to work on or work through. Higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. I know I have a heart chakra activation Twin Flame one today. So you can do anything in my shop all the time. And if you need something in particular, I have a search bar on there so you can search for stuff and like type in if you want a heart chakra healing or anything. I do have activations up for today. And then tomorrow, I know it's a holiday, right? I'm going to be writing new stuff for my shop in the morning. So you can always do anything in my shop all the time. I know I have a Twin Flame heart chakra activation and a couple other ones for today. But like I said, you can always do anything in my shop. So today's excellent energies for working with the heart chakra opening or even activating, or just overall heart chakra healing too. Sacred inner space. We talked about taking care of your energy, like your sacral, and you know, really cultivating that inner energy. We have so many cards about that because we have the sun too. And this is all about your vitality, life force, energy levels, and feeling good. When we get low, we actually feel low in moods. We get depressed. We're not feeling good. When we're recharged, we feel brilliant. We feel amazing. We're full of life, right? And then when we're depressed, we feel a little zapped. We feel lethargic. We don't feel like doing anything. And sometimes we're needing to clear some layers of energy that might be negative, right? Depressed energies, whatever it is, especially when you guys are navigating separation, you may have to go into these states or energies to clear them or clear your vessel, right? We have the King of Swords. We had this yesterday. Some of you guys are being guided to you're being a little too logical. You overthink things. You get a sign. You're not sure. You overthink all this. You overthink the process because you're way programmed to be like, you know, mind over matter, which is okay, but not getting stuck in the head, especially if it's overthinking, negative thought patterns, things like that. Okay, we have the Emperor in reverse. And this is like letting go of any controlling behavior. This is something that oftentimes Divine Masculine has learned how to do with things like that. And then some of you guys feel like you've been let down or abandoned by your Divine Feminine as well too. This could be runner dynamic. This could be rejection wounds coming up, or fear of that anyways. It could be fear that they'll leave, or things like that. I always say I feel that's why twin flames go through separations depending on what each needs. Some of you guys have really deep down abandonment wounds. Some of these go back to childhood, previous connections, or for whatever reason you might have lost a loved one. You might have been through something in a breakup. It could be from childhood, not really being taken care of the best, or whatever it is. Some of you guys are holding some very deep core wounds, and it's not that obvious until your twin flame begins to trigger them and things like that. Just kind of depends. You might be healing some type of inner child or even abandonment wounds. I always say heart chakra, attachment, different kind of trauma wounds might be coming up. This is why energy healing is going to be your best friend going through this process too. It just kind of depends on what has been triggered on the Divine Masculine side. Okay, I'm going on that note anyways. I'm around today all day. If you guys need healings, readings, anything like that, just go ahead and book them on my website. Make sure you're checking out that Twin Flame coaching. It's going to help you so much with moving through this process and what you need to shift and heal individually too. Have a beautiful day. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com.